Hello, today I aim to show you a simple to build but still fast dragon egg duper that uses the well-known end portal glitch to dupe gravity blocks, so the dragon eggs actually stay in the overworld, only the duped items come out in the end dimension. So let's check this out. So here you can collect the items. Let's clear my inventory so you can see how fast this thing is. So get 8 items each time, and in 1 hour you will get 48,000 dragon eggs. So let's get back to the overworld. So this machine is pretty similar to the sand dupers you might have seen on my channel before, but there's a difference between sand and dragon eggs, or gravity blocks and dragon eggs, because it takes a little bit longer for a dragon egg to fall down. And so if I reject those blocks here, as you can see, the dragon egg needs the longest amount of time to fall down. It's actually a 6 game tick time frame before the dragon egg converts into an entity and starts falling down. For the other sand and anvil entities, it takes 2 game ticks. And that's why a sand duper doesn't work with dragon eggs and vice versa. In order to build this farm, you have to prepare your end dimension a little bit. You need to build a chunk loading system, and you need to remove the end portal frames of your end portal. I explained this in detail in an older video that you can find in the video description. So in this video, I just show you how you can build this. Explaining all the stuff again would be redundant, so please check out the video in the video description if you don't know yet how to do this. So now let's build this. So first we need to place some pistons. It's kind of interesting that the end portal has no texture if you look at it from the bottom. So I place some blocks as an orientation. Just gotta remove them and place pistons all around. So like this. Okay, let's continue. You can also fill up the little hole here. And now we have to go down 3 blocks. Place a block there, put redstone dust on top, and then surround it with blocks like this. Then we need some redstone torches. Put it on top of all those blocks, and also on the side. Like this, and also put it in blocks in the corner spots. Okay, this should power all the pistons. So next, you want to place 2 repeaters on the side of those blocks here, the torch on top, and put them on 2 ticks of delay. Then place a block in front and put a redstone dot on top, and then do the same for all 4 sides. So it should look like this. All the repeaters are on 2 ticks of delay. And now we need to place blocks on the side of this redstone dot, only on the 2 sides with 3 pistons here. And also place 3 pistons facing upwards. So let's do this on the other side. And this side it's enough just to place 1 piston, like so. Then you need a block that an observer could detect. So this would be a hopper, a dropper, or fence gate, or also a trapdoor, and place it right there so that dot can power it. Use hoppers, it's a silent option, and put a upwards facing observer on top. Then it would power a sticky piston, and then you need some slime blocks. And again, place 1 slime block where there's just 1 piston, and place 3 slime blocks where I have 3 pistons. Okay, and another one there. So the next part is the tricky one. We need to place in the boats. So those boats are required to repel the dragon eggs, otherwise the entities would just be shot into the end dimension. So those are required, otherwise the duper wouldn't work. Also, there's no alternative to boats in this case, so cobble walls or fences wouldn't work with this design. Okay, so I guess the easiest way to put in the boats is using minecarts inside of boats. It's actually possible. The alternative is, if you're playing in a later version, and sand dupers would still work, but this would be fixed for some reason. You could also use chickens or pigs, or really any entity you can put in a boat. It's also required to put an entity in the boat, otherwise the boat would also go to the end dimension. Okay, so set up a little rail. Then at the end, place the boat. and just ram the minecart into it. It is a bit tricky and requires some timing. Doesn't work first time for me, and this time it worked. Okay, now place a little boundary out of glass blocks around the end portal blocks. It's easy to navigate. So like this. And you need to align the boats correctly. So it's also easier if you depower the pistons to align the boat and do F3 in B mode, where the hitboxes are shown. And once you get in the boat, put yourself into F5 mode. So this is also a bit tricky now because the controls are inversed. So in order to go forwards, you need to press backwards. And the trick to align the boat is to keep a little amount of distance between the edge of the glass block and the boat. So there should be some air in between. So if you look at the piston at the bottom and the white line that outlines the boat's hitbox, there should be some distance. So you can see the last pixel of the piston head. Yeah, that's the amount of air approximately required. And also to this side, there's also some distance required. It's a bit tricky. Yeah, that should do the trick. Alright. In order to get out, use some ender pearls, or I'll just switch to spectator mode. Okay, so I put in all the boat. Now I can remove those blocks again. Also this lever can be removed. And then pick any side where you want to have your clock. So it really doesn't matter. Put a block there, repeater on 3 ticks of delay. Then you need 2 observers. So they make a little observer clock, just facing or detecting themselves. Now you also need a sticky piston. Let's remove this one. And add a block and a lever there to turn it on. Make sure the sticky pistons have the slime block in front and put in your dragon eggs. So place them on top of the piston arms, and now we're actually ready to go. So this is also the moment where we can check out if we aligned the boats correctly. So if you go to the end dimension, we should get 8 items each cycle. So if not, you misaligned the boats. So let's check this out. You can see in my hotbar the amount of items increases by 8 each time. So all boats have been aligned correctly. So if you have issues with aligning the boats, the trick is really to have a little bit of space in between the boat and the next block. So that's all there is to it. Might be a little bit tricky if you do that the first time, but I managed to do it first try. For some experience, it's not that hard. As with pretty much everything, this doesn't work in Minecraft Unified or P version, and also very likely it doesn't work in Spigot. Like pretty much everything that involves more than 2 pistons doesn't work in Spigot, because Spigot is unreliable. If you're interested in duping other gravity blocks like sand or concrete or gravel, or even anvils, it's possible, but you need to build up a different farm. I'll link some in the video description. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.